Welcome on in together on gang, we have a new hotfix that is just released for Warhammer 3, let's get right into it. A little bit of a smaller one this time around, we've got quality of life highlights, we've implemented a enable Realms of Chaos fronted video, currently the skip Realms of Chaos video option in the game's settings in the main menu, so it's changed a little bit. Enabling this setting will ensure the Realms of Chaos video plays before the front end. Disabling it will skip the video when launching the game. So if you don't like hitting the escape button or just try to skip through all the launching videos, you can get rid of that in the menus now. Excellent. Single clicking on the icon for a reinforcement point on domination maps will no longer pan the camera to that location. Double clicking on the icon for a reinforcement point on those domination maps will in fact pan the camera. So instead of just single clicking, you have to double click now. Should hopefully keep you guys from zooming all over the map on accident. Good stuff. Next up we have campaign. For items we have one extra unique tier item we had planned to add that didn't quite make it into 6.2. The Chalice of Malfleur. The Chalice is an arcane item that offers a huge trade-off to a caster. Can you overcome its huge miscast penalties to benefit from its powerful rewards? We've also got Azag's Crown of Sorcery, no longer says it unlocks Lore of Death spells since Azag has this innately. And lastly, we have fixed an issue where the next volumes of the Books of Khorne wouldn't drop for a Khornate faction. That would be a absolute travesty. You only get the first book, sorry, no more. After that, we've got balance changes. We've changed Khorne's version of the Book of Khorne, so it no longer gives spell intensity, which is, I think, completely useless for Khorne, and instead it silences everyone in the region. A bit more fitting and useful for a Khorne faction, I would agree, because spell intensity is legitimately useless. We originally made the decision that the permanent raising effect of the completed Book of Khorne would prevent even Khorne factions from settling the ruins through their automatic ruin colonization feature. However, on second thought, and considering your early feedback, we've decided to re-enable ruin colonization via this feature for Khorne factions. We'll continue to monitor feedback for this. So I guess one of the effects, I haven't gotten through the entire Books of Khorne nonsense, but apparently once you've completed this, you raise a settlement and no one can resettle it. That's extremely powerful. Cool. But now it's only so that, well, everyone who is not Khornate cannot resettle it, so Khorne gets to continue to cackle and take over all the settlements as normal. For skills, we've got Casket of Souls aren't just for Christmas, they're affected by red line skills like other units. Fantastic. Yeah, it was always strange to me that they didn't have any kind of buffs. Like, oh, they're strong enough, but all artillery needs a little bit of help. Azag's skill Insane Visions is now going to provide faction-wide hero recruit rank instead of province-wide, which makes it far more useful and is actually bringing him up to the power level of current heroes, or legendary lords and heroes that have been released in the past couple of years, because a lot of the stuff has been changed from province-wide, meaning that legendary hero has to be, or lord has to be there, to make it so that the entire faction does, in fact, benefit. Paint to Beast is also now going to affect WoW trophy units, which is also a very, very good change. For UI, they've moved the minor faction potential and AI strength assessment checkboxes from in-game settings to general campaign settings. That is good. It was always kind of strange that if you had the AI or the in-game checked to off, you couldn't actually change these. So you had to have an in-game, and now this is fixed up properly. Implemented a Enable Realms of Chaos fronted video option in the game settings in the main menu. Enabling the setting will ensure the Realms of Chaos video plays before the front end. Disabling it will skip the video. The Black Ark's docked effect now uses an icon when in pre-battle screen. Interesting. Fix not restoring army selection after treasury objectives or treasure maps panel has been closed. Some kind of small UI stuff. Volksgrad is now a major settlement. The garrison buildings available now correctly reflect that, so I guess Volksgrad was having issues. The Altdorf College of Forbidden Magic now correctly shows a landmark in the building browser. Next up, we've got general fixes. Fixed a potential crash on AI turns, fixed a crash when defeating Malachai's Adventure Wood Elf force. When occupying Kislev settlements that contain court or orthodoxy buildings, those buildings now convert as expected. Shadow Realm stance no longer shows as a negative effect for Lithanar. The cost of discovery buildings is now in the correct order for Britonia, Vampire Coast, Dark Elves. Got a whole huge list here. Yeah, before the discovery buildings for like your frozen outpost for Kislev, for example, that you need to get Orica. The very first tier is like 2,700, and then the second tier drops to like 1,800. So they've now flipped that, so it's supposed to be in the proper order as it's supposed to be. Lastly, here we have battle. Fixed a possible crash during battle that may occur on the map Vampire Forest and possibly other maps too. Well, very vague, thank you. Thank you, CA. We removed the expendable attribute from the Hobgoblin Bolt Thrower because Hobgoblins are not expendable. Well, they are to the Chaos Dwarfs. Blood Knights and Blood Knights Lances now have their own unit caps. Oh, really? For multiplayer? For everything? Interesting. Hobgoblin Bolt Thrower now has its own unit cap matching that of other Bolt Throwers. And then, so they're no longer unlimited. I think this is all for this must be all for multiplayer. The Grudge Settler Quarreler now has the correct class and icon, and the Emperor's Wrath Steam Tank no longer shows different stats in battle and campaign. Good stuff. Happy to see all the fixes included here in this little quick hotfix. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one.